Hey, what's up, storytellers? Chill here, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, I know this looks different, but I'm gonna watch Superman right now. Yeah, no, like literally in a few minutes, I'm gonna hop in an Uber and go to the movie theater and watch Superman. And I'm gonna document my experience. And then the rest of the video is gonna be like a normal discussion video. But let's go! I'm not taking my mic with me to the theaters, so I apologize for the bad audio quality for the next 2 minutes.
So we made it here to the theater. I'm a bit late because I'm stupid. I'm an idiot, but it's okay. I think trailers should be playing right now, so sadly the best part of the movie is what I'm missing. But that's okay, because we're gonna jump in and we're about to watch James Gunn's Superman. Hoping this is good.
So for some reason, already late, I stood in the snack line. I just stood there. But then I made my way to my theater room, which is all the way at the end for some reason.
I definitely missed a part of the movie, but we're about to go in, about to experience peak. Let's go.
All that complaining was for nothing, because it turns out I ain't missed shit. Now time to enjoy the movie. See you when I'm done. It was alright. Hello, storytellers. I'm Chillixion, and welcome to a brand new video. And today, I just saw James Gunn's Superman. And if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while and have seen some of my other videos, then you would know that Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. Yeah, I like Spider-Man, I like Batman, I like the X-Men, I like the Flash, but Superman is my top one. And it's a really deeply personal reason. Perhaps a reason for another video, but I can say that a justified secondary reason is that Superman directly led to my second or third most popular video ever. Superman Isn't Boring is probably the video that brought most of you guys here, and if it didn't, hi. It's basically a video of me defending Superman and explaining why Superman isn't boring. It's not really me saying why you should like Superman. I mean, it's your opinion. You can have whatever opinion you want. But, just some people just like to be Debbie Downers, and I like to, explain why the Blue Boy Scout is just a great guy. So I thought it only made sense that I had to be there day one when James Gunn's Superman came out. Not only because it's a movie about my favorite superhero of all time, but also because it's kind of the official start of James Gunn's DCU, not counting stuff like Creature Commandos or a Peacemaker counts. Blue Beetle technically counts. I don't know what else counts. So today I'm gonna briefly be talking about the movie in a spoiler-free video. This is not gonna be an analysis, it's just gonna be a discussion of me talking about what I thought about it and, if you guys should see it or not. I mean, I guess you could call this Chill Thoughts. Stupid name, I don't like that. So I know there are some questions that a lot of y'all have in mind already. Is it good? Is it worth it? Is the DCU on a good start? And the answer to all of those, yes. Obviously, you can have your own opinion. If you watch the movie and you end up not liking it, good for you. More power to you. That is your opinion. We may not want to hang out, but that's okay. But in my opinion, this movie is 100% worth it. I know I'm going to try to keep a professional air for this video, but I don't give a damn. Okay, this movie was non-stop fun from start to finish. The second that DC logo appeared on screen until the final credits were shown. So first I want to talk about my theater experience. I literally saw this 3 hours ago. And I didn't see it in IMAX. I just saw it on a regular screen because I wanted to make this video as soon as possible. But even though I didn't see it in IMAX or whatever, it still looked gorgeous. On a filmmaking level, this film knows what it's doing. It is visually stunning. It is extremely colorful. Every single shot, even the shots that are supposed to be dark, are somehow really, really colorful. And it works with the tone. I don't want to say that it looks like it's ripped straight out of a 1960s comic book, but it sort of looks like Superman has never been adapted, and this is an obscure character from the 60s. Just seeing his suit pop in any shot is beautiful. I know before the movie released there was some discourse about his suit and that it looks ugly, they MCU-ified it, and yeah, I mean there were some lines that aren't entirely necessary, but it's really not that big of a deal in my opinion. It feels real, it feels like it's actually there, it feels like someone actually designed it, because it is real, it is actually there, and Ma Kent did actually design it. And it's not just Superman's costume, it's everyone's costume, it's the entire set design. This movie is just gorgeous the whole time. But there were 3 shots in this movie that I looked at and I was like, that is outstanding, and 2 of those shots made me cry. I wasn't joking, by the way. I actually cried 6 times, and it wasn't for any of like the sad stuff that happened. This isn't like a super tragic movie with like insane trauma happening left and right, but it's just a really good Superman movie. It's a really hopeful movie. It's a really nice movie. Superman, David Cornsweet's Superman, is such a nice boy, and it is so good to see like good guy Superman on the big screen at the movies. It's so nice. No hate to Henry Cavill. This is not me saying Henry Cavill sucks. I love Henry Cavill. I think Henry Cavill is a great actor. I actually think Henry Cavill did a great job playing Superman. I just think that Zack Snyder was not good at writing Superman. But David Cornsweet's Superman is different. It is not the same. They're both good, but David's is just a lot more, it's more lighthearted. It's more nice to see. Like, even though in the film he's like 30 something, 32, 33, there were so many times where I was like, he's just like a little guy. He's just like a kid. You can tell he still has a lot of growing to do. He still has a lot of maturing to do. Maybe not as Superman. He's kind of got that thing down with a few emotional exceptions, but more like he has a lot of maturing to do as Clark Kent, which is so interesting, right? Because in my Superman video, I make a point to you know, mention his flat character arc, the fact that he's sort of a force of nature, that the story changes around him. But actively in this movie, we are seeing that, you know, he has to make a change, but a very human change. Obviously, I'm not going to go into details into what the story is exactly, but in my opinion, right, acknowledging that the superhero stuff, the action set pieces that you're going to be seeing in this movie are absolutely nuts, are absolutely insane, are to the scale of what Superman level threats need to be, right? Even with acknowledging that, I think some of the most intense conflicts in the film come from Clark's relationships. His relationship with Lois, his relationship with his parents, his relationship with Lex, his relationship with the other characters we see in this movie. I mean, in the trailers, we see Green Lantern, Hot Girl, Mr. Terrific, and they're all in the movie, and it's their relationship with Supes, some more than others, that sort of, you know, allow the story to move forward. And I know some people are going to be worried, oh, there's so many characters in this movie, it's going to absolutely flop. And it did not flop at all. Every single character is a great addition. Obviously, some got more screen time than others. Hot Girl does not get that many scenes in the movie, but when she does, they're pretty good. And I'm so happy because Mr. Terrific is in this movie kind of a lot. Like, for a character that like the general audience will not know at all, he is like in this movie. Like, these aren't just little cameos and then they go away forever. This is like they are a part of the story, they are essential, and this is what I have been missing. In superhero comics, sometimes other heroes just appear because, goddammit, they live there. Yeah, they may not all be in Metropolis, but they're on Earth, they read the news, they know what's going on. And I'm not saying that, you know, every single superhero movie needs to have like 10 additional heroes and a few additional villains and a few cameos on top of that. It's not what I'm saying at all. But I think it's very nice to use the fact that this world is filled with superhuman people and people who do superhuman things, and use that to build your cast and honestly just create more interesting moments in the film. Like, we're here to watch a superhero movie. It's never gonna hurt to just, you know, see more superhero stuff. Because to me, too many characters, too many villains, it's a question about balance, not a question about quantity. This movie knows who the important characters are. This movie knows what characters they want you to walk out the theater and go, I know a lot about Lex Luthor or Lois Lane or Superman. And obviously those three were always gonna be the most important characters, but like, they do a really good job. Lois Lane is outstanding. Like, she is a great character, probably one of my favorite characters in the movie. Like, I haven't had time to really like think exactly about how I think about each character, but Lois Lane is just great. They really delve into the dynamic between her and Clark, and also her and Superman. Obviously similar dynamics, but pretty different. And this movie does focus on that difference and the tension that it creates. And thank God that this movie wasn't a Superman origin story, because I don't think I would have liked Lois Lane as much if we were, you know, introducing her as if Clark didn't know her. It's the fact that they know each other pretty well, but, you know, not as close as they do in the comics, that allows, you know, the audience to get curious. We want to see the relationship develop because we already saw them at a certain point within their relationship that made us feel good. Like, come on, we love seeing these two lovebirds. So when we see tension, when we see awkwardness, when we see conflict, well, at least I was in my seat like, oh, what's going on? Like, there was an argument scene and I was like, yo, chill, please chill. Like, I was stressed, like it was my relationship. I don't know these two white people. But yeah, Lois is great, their relationship is great, and even outside of her relationship with Clark, Lois is just a great character to watch. Like, she's so fun. I really hope that she is in more of these movies because her and her actor, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna put it on screen right now. Like, her actor does an outstanding job. The acting in this movie is really, really good. And I think the sort of star in this movie when it comes to acting is Lex Luthor, or Nicholas Hoult. I first saw Nicholas Hoult in X-Men First Class, my favorite X-Men movie ever. He was the Beast, and the Beast wasn't like my favorite character. He was a cool character, but you know, he was just kind of there. So when he was cast as Lex, I was like, okay, not my first Lex fan cast. I kind of thought it would be cool if Lex was a light-skinned guy, like in the cartoon. But you know, Nicholas is a good actor. He was good in Nosferatu. Was he in Oppenheimer? I don't remember. But yeah, he's a good actor. I was like, I have an open mind. Let me tell you, my open mind was open more because it fucking exploded. Nicholas Hoult delivers an outstanding performance. Like, he is not just yelling white guy. He is yelling white guy with a lot of personality and insecurities that you can just see by looking in his eyes. And that is just, that's good acting right there. I was never the biggest Lex Luthor guy. I like Lex Luthor, but he's not one of my favorite villains. Nicholas is Lex Luthor. I love him. I want to see more of him. I am just curious to see how he develops. His obsession, his hatred of Superman is just so pungent in this movie. And there's a moment where Superman confronts Lex during like the middle of the movie, and Superman is just so pissed off, and Lex is just rage baiting the entire time. Like, you really want to smack the shit out of Lex Luthor by the end of this movie. Like, he is rage baiting, he is aura farming, he is bald. I'm sorry if you're bald. I love you. But yeah, Lex is amazing. Pa and Ma Kent are just so good in this movie. Like, I feel like I'm saying this with a lot of the characters, but you know, I was never like, Pa and Ma Kent are some of my favorite characters ever, but after this movie, I'm like, yo, can I get a movie with them the whole time? They're awesome. They feel so real. Their accents, how they look, how they speak, their mannerisms, they feel like your parents, and it broke my heart. I was like, yo, this is so just, like, if they ever kill Pa Kent, I'm gonna kill James Gunn. I'm just saying. They're amazing. Like, they're great in this movie. The acting from the other heroes are great. Guy Gardner is a piece of shit and I love him. Mr. Terrific is the greatest character. He's great and I love him, and everyone should love Mr. Terrific. I'm expecting 50 Mr. Terrific edits by tomorrow. Stat. Hot Girl's pretty cool. I mean, the reason I like Hot Girl is because of the Justice League cartoon, and clearly they're not gonna do that in this movie, so I'm not like mad. She's cool. Other characters that were confirmed to be in the movie by the trailers include Metamorpho, and I like him. I don't want to talk about him too much. I think his role in the movie is best served as a surprise, but he is just delightful to watch when he's on screen, and been pretty intimidating when he needs to be. And talking about the other heroes, seeing all of them in action is just so fun because the action in this movie is nuts. I think a lot of people saw through the Guardians trilogy how good James Gunn is at doing exciting action with interesting camera work, but I think this is like him without the weighted clothing. Like, this is him at full force and he is going absolutely nuts. This movie has some of the most fun action sequences I have seen in a superhero movie ever. Now, does it have the best choreographed ones? No, definitely not. There are other ones with better choreography, fights that I would like rewatch for the, you know, fight value of it. However, this film's action sequences have a gravitas that is just so necessary for a Superman story, and the fact that James Gunn and everyone on the team, all the editors, VFX artists, cinematographers, even producers, even PAs, everyone who worked on this movie worked really hard to just make these action scenes look bombastic, like they're just coming at your face. Pause. It's the visceral energy of these characters. They don't just feel like they're, you know, doing a set of fighting game moves. They feel like emotion is driving them, and you can tell, you know, they like fighting. I mean, that's the thing about superhero fights. We have to acknowledge that these people like to fight on some degree. You don't fight like that unless you like to fight. That's just a fact. You may say otherwise, you know, obviously it's for self-defense and it's to save people, but people who don't like to fight don't fight. And goddamn, Superman loves to fight. There's some shit he does in this movie that I'm like, whoa. And so does everyone else. There are some great fight scenes. There are a lot of fight scenes in this movie. I was actually pretty surprised how many fights were in this movie, but there are a lot of them and they're all really, really good and really, really colorful, and you can see what's going on. Obviously, if you're a Zack Snyder fan, they're not going to be as Dragon Ball Z-like as, you know, the fight scenes in Man of Steel were, which I loved. I loved those fight scenes. They were great, but I think they serve different purposes. Superman is not fighting the same villains in this movie as he was fighting in Man of Steel. These are different types of threats. And I'm gonna be honest, in this movie, human life feels more valuable than in a movie like Man of Steel. Like, when this movie releases on digital, I kind of want to go back and actually like see if I can like count the amount of people who die in this movie because there's a lot of destruction, but I don't know if there are a lot of people who die. I talked about the characters, talked about the action. Let's talk about the music. The music in this movie is outstanding. I think it's Michael Giacchino who's working on the soundtrack for this movie, and he is doing fucking outstanding. Like, it's beautiful. It's great. I kind of don't know what to say. Obviously, if I took notes, it would be a bit difficult. I wouldn't be paying attention to the movie, but just listening to it. Obviously, it is the classic Superman theme, you know? It's not a new composition, but it doesn't have to be. Everyone knows the classic Superman theme, and when you hear how it's used in this movie, you're like, oh, that's why we're using it. Because this isn't about, like, setting a new thing. This is about connecting people to the idea of Superman. And I think for a character so iconic, it's okay to use a soundtrack that is just so memorable. We have to remember that Superman is not just like a comic book character. He is like a multimedia character. It's not just stuff from the comics that is gonna stick. It's also gonna be musical tunes. And there's no point in like trying to replace like one of the most iconic themes ever. But the music is used excellently. There are a few times where music choices and visual choices matched with story choices, of course, led to me crying. And it was probably like 50% the music, 25% the visuals, and 25% the story. Like, the music is really, really good. And they play the theme a lot. I could see a criticism being like they play the theme too much, which is totally valid, but I'm a sucker for leitmotifs like that, and especially when it's associated with a character like Superman. I mean, let's just talk about it, the theme of hope. And when it comes to a character like Superman, this movie respects that. This movie uses the idea of Superman just as much as it uses the character of Superman. This movie, story-wise, is about hope. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there are a lot of moments where you're like, wow, I have hope for humanity. I mean, that's what Superman's all about, right? Hope is like one of his main themes. That's what the character is. But it seems like some people on the internet didn't really get the memo.
We'll be right back with more Chillixion.
Hey guys, it's Chill here. I know it's ad break. Usually I try to get you with some sort of trick, but I'm not gonna do that, you know? After watching Superman, I think I've turned a new leaf. I think I've chosen a different path of kindness. You know, I don't need to trick you guys with some sort of game to make you guys click that like button. I once again got you, and you were tricked. This will continue forever. You are forever my prisoner. But in all seriousness, if you're enjoying this video right now, why not click that like button? It's the best way to show support for the channel, to let me know that y'all want more videos just like this one. It has been a while since I've uploaded, and usually when that happens, the likes take a while to get back to the usual level. But you know what? I'm gonna be ambitious. I'm gonna be hopeful. I'm gonna be just like Superman. Let's try to hit 60 likes in this video. If we hit 60 likes, it lets me know that you guys want more videos just like this, you know? Having just watched a movie, talking about it in a non-spoiler way, just sort of giving my thoughts and giving you guys a recommendation. Who knows? Chill Thoughts can maybe be like a series on the channel. I'd have to talk to Man about that, but I think we're good. But yeah, 60 is the like goal for today's video. So click it now, click it later. You can always undo it, but it's the best way to show support. Remember, support the content, support the creator. It's because of viewers like you that I can keep making YouTube videos. And you know what? This is technically the first video of a comeback. I know there's gonna be some other videos that release that are gonna say, oh, I'm finally back. It's gonna be really weird for a little bit. But yeah, I'm back to making videos on a consistent schedule. Instead of my usual weekly uploads, I'm gonna be doing bi-weekly uploads. That means a new video every other week. And like I said, there's gonna be a few videos that explain this to catch people up. But yeah, every other week there will be a new Chillixion video. It could be a discussion, an analysis, a joke video. It'll honestly be whatever I'm thinking of, but you know, probably around the same topics that I usually talk about. Cartoons, anime, comic books, video games, etc. But anyway, enough yapping. It's time to get back to the video.
Welcome back for more Chillixion.
So if you haven't been paying attention to the Superman discourse on the internet recently, it's the worst sentence I've ever said. There were a lot of conversations about this movie being quote-unquote woke. Basically, James Gunn said that Superman was an immigrant story and people lost their shit. And not to make anyone watching this video mad, but James Gunn was right. I mean, I said this in my Superman video, but on a most basic level, Superman is an immigrant. Like, he literally is not from Earth. All of his stories are immigrant stories. All of his stories are quote-unquote woke. He literally started beating up landlords. So it doesn't surprise me that right-wing weirdos are gonna be like, oh, this movie has gone woke just because it is the most accurate Superman story in years. And again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, The movie's fucking woke, dude. Who cares? Like, if that's genuinely a problem for you, I want you off my channel. I don't think that these videos are for you. I don't think Superman is for you. Because when I say who cares, I don't mean it's in the background. You can ignore it if it makes you uncomfortable. No. It's a main part of the movie. This movie is very politically relevant to multiple things happening all around the world. And if you're not someone who keeps up with the news, if you're not someone who's into politics, I'm not here to bully you. I'm not here to shame you. You are, free to do whatever you like with your life as long as you are happy and as long as you're not hurting people or inciting hate. However, this movie does talk about that stuff, and it's important. That's what superhero stories are for. Superhero stories reflect reality, whether it is super direct or super vague. Like, dude, Batman stories aren't just about ghosts. like there's nothing scary about a movie, especially a superhero movie, tackling political stories. And obviously, I trust that most of my viewers know this. Most of my viewers like Superman. Most of my viewers like X-Men. Most of my viewers like superhero stories. Also, most of my viewers are gay, so... Oh, no, I'm not. Don't lie. You're gay, bro. Don't lie. But yeah, the movie is super politically relevant and in the best way possible. I titled this video something along the lines of Superman is the movie we need right now, or Superman is the most important movie right now. That's because it is the movie we need right now. It is about someone with absolute hope in the most dire of situations. In my original Superman video, I said that Superman is a beacon of hope, that Superman is someone that we as humans should look up to. At least that is the purpose of his character, and that's why Grant Morrison uses them and whatever. And James Gunn said that All-Star Superman was one of his inspirations for this movie, and it is plainly obvious. When using Superman as a symbol of hope, when using Superman as an example that we should follow, this movie does an excellent job because it is literally putting him in situations that we as humans are actively dealing with literally right now. And this movie isn't super dark or gloomy. It is still poppy. It is still bright. It is still wonderful. And that is what makes it excellent. Like, it is a movie that inspires hope in a dire situation, along with being a super colorful, action-pack filled movie. It's like one of the most fun superhero movies I've seen in a very, very long time. And obviously, weird people on the internet are going to say mean things about this movie because it shows people being nice and it shows people being happy, and it isn't aggressive or hateful or mean. But it is just like such a heartwarming, feel-good movie that still accurately portrays current political atmospheres and uses the character of Superman to the best of its ability. Obviously, I'm being pretty vague with it. I don't want to spoil it, but you know what? You should go see it as soon as humanly possible. Go look up Superman showtimes right now. Do it right now. Open a tab. I know you're not watching this video right now. I know you're drawing. Don't play. Open another tab. Look up Superman showtimes. Click a showtime. Buy the ticket. Go watch it. It's a great movie. It is an important movie. It shows a message that a lot of people need to see. It is a movie that I think would make a lot of people feel good in times like this. Obviously, it's not going to be the ultimate solution to the planet. Like, it's not like everyone's going to see Superman and then all the problems are solved. Like, clearly, some people are just too stubborn. And also, sometimes one movie about a guy in spandex isn't enough. Who would have thunk it? One white guy in a director's chair can't fix the world. But I think it's important that we show support for stories like this. We want to see stories like this. We want to see stories that actively reflect how we feel. Stories that give a big green middle finger to fucking tanks. But technically, that's the only spoiler I've given in this video. But yeah, everyone should go see it. You should go see it. Your family should go see it. Your friends should go see it. Your teacher should go see it. Your boss should go see it. Everyone should go see it. And when you do go see it, tell me about it in the comments below. I'm serious. Talk about it. Write paragraphs. Talk with each other. Talk about the movie. Let's have a discussion about James Gunn's Superman. I'm not going to say keep it spoiler free because you know what? You guys want to have fun. But if you're going to talk about spoilers, please at least put a spoiler warning in your comment. I understand that not everyone, has the money or the time to immediately see this movie, but they still want to be a part of the conversation. And I think there are a lot of conversations we can have about this movie, not just about the lore or the characters, but also about the themes and how it just makes us feel. And if you want to see me talk about this movie more and make a more in-depth, perhaps analysis video on James Gunn's Superman, let me know. How can you let me know? Well, you can drop a comment down below saying what you want me to talk about, or if you just want to see me talk about Superman more. You can click that like button. Our like goal is 60 likes. Or while you're down there, you can click that subscribe button to stay up to date for when I upload brand new videos every other week. And click that little bell icon so they actually tell you. But yeah, in all seriousness, I guess my conclusion is that this movie is just really fun. I think I'll need to sit on it for a bit before I can decide if it's one of my favorite superhero movies ever, but if it is, it is, and I'm proud of that. DC can do an incredible thing right now, right? They have such a bright future ahead of them, and so far they have set a precedent that these DC projects are going to be so creative and so personal and like so different than before. I seriously hope it continues. I seriously hope that each of these superhero movies are going to feel distinct and different from each other, because goddammit, this movie felt like Superman. And you know what? If you watched the movie and you didn't like it, that's entirely okay. More power to you. Everyone can have their own opinions, right? You may have not liked the action, you may have not liked the characters, but I hope if you watched the movie, you at least came out of that theater hoping to be just a nice person, you know? Maybe smile at a neighbor, hold the door open for someone, or just live your best life to the best of your abilities. Because sometimes that's all we can do, and that's okay. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching this video. I know this is a bit shorter, but this movie came out and I was like, I need to talk about this because I will have only one chance to talk about like the first Superman movie right when it comes out. Again, if you guys want more of these very quick movie videos, please let me know. Like, they're fun to make and I love going to the movie, so it'd be a pretty good excuse. If you haven't checked out my first Superman video, Superman Isn't Boring, please do. It's a great video. It's like one of my biggest videos. I'm sure a lot of you guys came from that video and subscribed because of that video, but it's really good. I'm pretty smart in this video. I talk about analysis stuff about Superman and his themes and his origin, and I just love the guy. But anyway, y'all, this was great talking to you guys about the Superman movie. I hope all of you enjoyed. I think I'm gonna go, honestly, just chill and think about this movie because it was really good. I had goosebumps like the entire time I was there. Anyway, I hope all of you have a damn good one. Peace.